I wish that everybody trained. I wish that everyone understands the importance of muscle, specifically skeletal muscle. You have three different type of muscle within your that makes up you. Your cardiac muscles, which is only found in your heart, smooth muscles, which is for your organs, that you really can't voluntarily contract them, and then your skeletal muscle, which you voluntarily can contract them, just like my bicep, my quads, things like that. And it is it's I wished everyone trained. I wished everyone trained because think about it this way. Your muscle makes up you. Your skeletal muscle makes up you. It's how you interface with the world, with the earth. It's how you navigate through life, through space, from the day you take your first breath to the day you take your last breath. The thing that carries you through your entire lifespan is your body. And your body is, think of it as like body armor. It's like when you turn on a video game and you have a character that pops up and you're on level 1 and then you navigate throughout the journey, the adventure, the different quests, and as you complete different tasks, and along the journey you're going to get hit, you're going to go through challenges, trials, tribulations, and you will see that the character's shield will decrease, and then you got to recover, you got to do certain things, collect points, whatever the game may be, and you got to raise those your shield, your barrier back up, because if your barrier, your body armor gets too low and you have one last hit, the game is over. And that's essentially how we navigate as well. That's the parallel when you gamify it through that lens and frame it to how you navigate the world. Our body is our body armor, and it can be so resilient, so robust, and so strong, but so many people that I see just are either consciously or not consciously aware of how important their body is. And having more skeletal muscle matters so much, not from just a vanity perspective. And I understand that some people don't want to train or lift weights or do an endurance work or just train in general because maybe it's not for them. Maybe if you're a woman, the consistent theme I've heard is that I don't want to get too bulky, or it's like I don't know how to, or it's just not for me, it's not fun, it's not, there's a multitude of different reasons. But if people can just understand how important skeletal muscle is, it's legit your organ of longevity. It's how you navigate the world, it's how you have strength, it's how you have mobility as you get older, and you don't become frail, you don't fall, and then the likelihood of you losing your balance because of the reduction of power and strength within your muscle tissue diminishes, and so you fall, and if you hit the ground, the likelihood of you breaking a hip, breaking a bone is really high, because if your muscle's weak, then it's highly associated that your muscle is going to be weak and more brittle as well. And then if you break a bone after a fall risk, when you're older, the likelihood of you dying within that first several years is very high, and your quality of life is reduced. And this is coming from a guy like, yes, I train, so I'm biased in that sense, but I also understand that like I've gotten my higher education in this up to my master's level degree in exercise physiology, nutrition, all this stuff, and I've worked with people across the spectrum of health and diseases, from spinal cord injury patients, from neurological patients, from geriatrics, from disabled children, to sick people in the hospital, to people inside a rehab clinic, and just across the spectrum of whatever genders, old, young, all that stuff. And muscle is such a constant thing. Like, yes, if you get sick and things happen, it's like you can't completely reduce your chance of getting any like diseases or sick or stuff, but you're starting from such a higher place if you have a reservoir of muscle. And say something bad happens and you get sick and you're laying in bed, there's something called atrophy. Basically your muscle's getting smaller, and with that, it happens pretty fast. Like after a surgery, I've had 3 left knee surgeries, so I understand how fast, like from personal experience and from the science of how fast muscle atrophies and you lose it after being bedridden and not using that limit for a certain amount of time. And it just makes you so much weaker, and your quality of life goes down. And I wish that people understand that you can feel really, really good. Like, you can feel really good and be able to navigate the world and be able to move your body without pain and to be able to do the impossible things you never thought you'd be able to do. And all of that comes back to the core of it, the raw material of having more skeletal muscle mass, training, and the vanity, the fat loss, the surface level stuff. Yes, those things are part of the equation and part of it as well as a byproduct. But if you lead through the frame of like training, like, just to share you how I see training is that it keeps me alive. It keeps the flame burning. I feel like I can be a child again, and I'm playing and I'm just exploring and I'm learning what I'm capable of and pushing myself. And it's fun, and I feel strong and empowered, and I'm able to do things, and it feels good. And there's a mixture of all that stuff, and just by coincidence, not coincidence, but the math is like math, but like, I will feel better in my skin. And from a mental health perspective, from an energy, like, creative perspective, cognitively as well, my brain, I function, well, my executive functions are firing in all cylinders the more I train. My emotional regulation is higher. And from a metabolic perspective, like, I'm able to regulate and, like, metabolically, I'm healthy from how I regulate my blood sugar to my food to all those different things, and in a way that I navigate through life through physical activity and how I do things when it comes to training. Like, I just wish people, like, I wish you understand that having more skeletal muscle mass is such a big hack for life. Like, and the lessons and the scars you gain from acquiring that, it's so profound, but you can lose it just like that so fast. Because every single year, if you are not resistance training, if you're not lifting weights, you lose anywhere between 3 to 5% of your total muscle mass per year after roughly around in your 30s. And that's a lot. That's a lot. And so I wish that you would understand and people would understand the importance of training and having good quality muscle mass. And it's one of the things that this physician in the world, her name is Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. She approaches from the position of a muscle-centric medicine approach, and saying that when it comes to the obesity crisis and epidemic that we are facing as a world, is that maybe we have been looking at it all wrong. The paradigm with that is that maybe we are not just over fat, but we are significantly under muscle, and having more muscle mass helps with those other counterparts when it comes to obesity. Like, if you're training more, then all things just line up, and you are able to reduce your body fat percentage, improve your body composition, improve your cardiorespiratory system, your metabolic functions, all those different types of stuff. Like, I can go on, and your skeletal muscle is an endocrine system, and it influences your immune system as well. And so for you to get sick, like, it just gives you a better starting point of being as resilient as you can to fight diseases and stuff. And it's just, your muscle matters. Muscles matter. It's not just from a vanity perspective of just trying to show off how much you have and to look good and stuff like that. Like, but if you want to do it for those reasons, then more power to you. It's neither good or wrong, like right or wrong. But understanding that, like, we all need it, and we all can build muscle, and we all need it to get through life, to navigate through life, because you're training for life. It's your body armor of how you interface and navigate through the world. And if you want to not just have a long life, but that's your lifespan, but the quality of your life, your health span, having more muscle is going to support you in doing that. It's meant to support you. It's not to just so that you worry about what your body fat is or how much you weigh. It's not just that. It's, how can this support you? You have it. You have the ability to do something about it. And there's very few things in this world that we have control over, but this we have control over. And this is empowering. And I wish others can see it through my lens and feel it. And that's going to be one of my lifelong missions, is helping people see behavior change, muscle, exercise, nutrition, all of this through my lens, as it's serving me well. And I see so many people struggle with this, both mentally, psychologically, physically, and for some reason, I have an affinity towards this. I've gravitated towards this stuff, and I've made it work, and I don't spend that much time thinking about it as I navigate through the world. But I see so many people are weak or sick or not able to maximize the quality of their life, and I want to share this with others. And so that's going to be one of my lifelong missions, is getting better at articulating this stuff, continuing on with my education, acquiring more knowledge, and be able to share this and come out with ways to make training fun, to make people want to do this. It's not just you need to do it, but there's the part where you got to be willing and to find enjoyment out of this. And yeah, just muscle matters. Your muscle matters. It's it's your organ of longevity, and it comes back to muscle. It really does. Not saying it's the answer to everything, and that's going to be this. Not saying it's the solution to everything, but it is a variable and an answer that cannot be mislooked. So, thank you guys for listening and watching. Got a little passionate about that one, which is good. Something I care very much about. And if you watched this long, thank you for watching. And fun fact, I am in the current pursuit of exploring PhD programs, and more skeletal muscle physiology is definitely something that I want to explore more into as part of my focus and studies and stuff like that. So yeah, just can't wait to see what the future holds, and I will continue to improve on my articulation of this for you guys and try and inspire. So thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.